Hi there, welcome to Pilates TV. My name is Zosha and our focus this week is all about sport specific. So do join us because you don't need anything but yourself, no special equipment. And if it's your first time, we can cater for you. But remember, if you have any special considerations, you do need to check with your doctor. I have some people you might like to meet. Let's check them out. The gorgeous Elise.
Hi there.
Beautiful arms there. And the beautiful Chris.
Hello.
So in particular today, if you tend to walk or run, this is a class for you. We're going to teach you how to control your midsection and how to get the best out of your walking. So let's start with our breathing. Hands on the rib cage and just interlace your fingers. Drop your shoulders back like you're resting them on a coffee table. On a coffee table, that'll be quite difficult. On a shelf, that's much better. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. The breath actually allows you to concentrate, but also to get you a little bit focused on what you're doing today. You're going to find that Pilates is very much about contracting muscles that you often cannot see. So if you can use the breath and actually think about muscles, say for example, like your pelvic floor, they can really help you in some stability work. Nice breathing. Okay, let's keep this breath. Take the hands away and think about your alignment. So lengthen through the crown of the head, shoulders are open, ribs coming to the hips. And let's just check where your spine is today. So if you think about, a lot of the time we tend to have our posture forward like this. Well, some of us. Head and shoulders back, rib cage down. And that pelvis is sort of neutral, isn't it, guys? Centered. So what muscles do you need to contract, Chris, to stay in this position?
Bit of glutes.
Bit of bottom, yep.
Bit of corset,
okay.
pelvic floor.
So that's a great, if you guys at home can think of these muscles here being like a corset, they run lengthways, acrossways, and at the back. So if you slightly pull your corset in, you get this feeling of narrowing in the waist. Okay, let's contract. Now take a breath in, and as you breathe out, float one leg up, but keep the hips down. Contract and then replace with the other leg. So I know that when I run, I do tend to shift my hips quite a lot because often I'll finish the run, I'm quite tight in my back. So what it tells me is that usually I haven't got too much control when I'm running. So I need to think about recruiting my inner corset muscles. So as you're lifting the leg, think of dropping this bottom down, but contracting the opposite one. And again, dropping. Can you guys feel that?
Yes.
Yeah. So one good thing is to put your fingers on your hips and then on the ribs, and see if that distance is the same. I think so. Good. How's that going there for you? All right, now let's try this. Come up onto the ball of your feet, contract, soften, and just let one heel drop and then the other. But you're sort of holding yourself mid-flight and then slowly lowering down without this happening. Now, when you're walking, this is a great exercise to think of. Just be mindful of where your hips are in space and just think of dropping the tailbone down. Little bit of squeeze here in the back and just relax the shoulders. If I don't do anything and don't contract my muscles, this is how it looks.
Most stomach shock.
Pretty shocking, yeah? You won't pick up any dates walking or running like that. Good. So set yourself up, eyes horizontal, and just be soft in your movements. So even when you walk or run, it's not tensing everything, it's being subtle. Okay, nice job, everyone. Lower the heels down. We're going for a mobility exercise. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're dropping the head down and just letting the spine roll slowly, taking your time. Take a breath in at the bottom. And as you breathe out, roll up and now contract the bottom muscles and slowly pull up using the abdominal muscles, and then the shoulders come up and the crown of the head lengthens. Let's go again. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let the body rock slightly forward. Soften the knees and just dangle your arms and your head. Make sure that there's no stress there. Breath in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, roll all the way back up. How you going there? Not bad? Oh, yeah. Breath in again. Drop that head. Just loose. I often like to sort of swing my body around to just see if I'm really, really that relaxed. Breath in. As you breathe out, contract the buttock muscles and pull up here through the midsection, rounding. you guys should really feel that back open up. Let's go again. Breath in. As you breathe out, down you go. Slowly roll. This is our last one. Soften the knees. Some of you may need to bend a little bit. And then come onto all fours. So, hands right underneath the shoulders. Excellent. Good job. And this is really quite an interesting thing to be able to stabilise your hips and your shoulders and your body as a unit. So even though Pilates is very much about the middle, if you're walking or running, this is a great exercise to just see whether you shift from side to side. So let's do this little exercise. Just shift into the front of the hands, soften the elbows, and now shift slightly into the knees. Now shift slightly to the left, and then slightly to the right. Okay, now find equal balance between the hands and the knees so that you're not more in the front, you're not more in the back. Shoulders back and lift the back of your neck up. Okay, everyone at home, keep your eyes on the mat. Trust me, we'll guide you through it. Take a breath in, contract in the middle, and as you breathe out, slide one leg away from you, and then float that leg up without moving your hips. Lower the leg down and slide right underneath that knee, or that right underneath the hip, and then other side. Lengthen out first. Good job, guys. Lift, control, and then lower back down. Slide it in. Other side. Let's have a look at Elise doing this exercise. Good. Elise, are you a bit of a walker or a runner?
No.
None of the above.
None of the above.
But you must walk now and then.
I do walk.
Okay. So, the challenging thing is that, it's very hard to hold your hips still when you're walking or you're running. There's going to be a degree of movement. But what we're doing is we're training the muscles to be aware of stabilising. And that's different to, say, the muscles now that are being worked to lift that leg up. How are you going there?
Good.
You okay? Good.
Lots of concentration.
Yes, exactly. Good. All right, can we do opposite arm and opposite leg? Mm-hmm. So opposite arm and opposite leg, now lengthen. So now, for you guys there, think of lifting the back of your neck and reaching. Take your time. Good. Other side, reaching out first. Hold it there. Good. And then come back in. Take your time. Everyone has a different breath cycle. As long as you guys at home are focusing on keeping the hips level. Beautiful form. Great breathing as well. Good. And release. Okay, sit back down. Roll your shoulders and just give the back a little bit of a stretch. Elbows within the other. Hands together. Oh, that feels nice, doesn't it? Breath in. As you breathe out, lift all the way up. And then down. The funny thing about walking or running is that people always say, I've got to condition my lower body. But you've got to think of your body as sort of a series of links or chains, and everything relates. So if you've got a tight upper back, let's say you work at a desk all day, and then after you work, you go for a run, then you really need to open up areas of the upper back as well and the neck area. Release, other side. Because if you can think of it all being connected, if one area is tight, it sort of passes down the chain. So you want your body to be as efficient as possible. Okay, doing well. Breathing in as you go up and then breathing out as you come down. And
This
again,
is hard for me.
I was just looking at those bulging muscles,
Feeling a
Chris.
bit.
Coordinated there.
But I must say, I
it's a
think
big
that's a
stretch,
really
though.
good stretch because, you love your weights, and I must say, it's probably good for you, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, just relax. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Come down. We're going to do a back extension exercise where we really squeeze our bottom. So, face down. Keep your eyes looking down at the mat. And your elbows, watch them, they're not too high. Just bring them down so that way you don't put too much stress on the head and the shoulders. Okay. Now, before you do anything, if you just relax here, you may tend to arch in your back and your shoulders tend to round forward. So just start the work by pulling the shoulders back and now finding the position where your spine is in the least stress, but you're balanced. So you're going to drop the tailbone down, contract the bottom muscles, but also contract here. So at the moment, bottom's contracting, the middle's contracting, the upper back's contracting, and if you just float your head off the mat, then your neck extensors are contracting. So right now, you should be doing work and you're not even moving. That's pretty exciting. Let's go. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, float the back of the head and the back of the neck and the upper back up towards the ceiling. And then lower back down again. And again, breathing out. Then coming back down. Guys at home, if you're looking at us, let me say that right now, your eyes should be on the floor.
Look away.
Yeah, look away, look down, and be mindful of whether or not you're contracting the muscles in your upper back. So slightly pull the shoulders back, and as you are floating up, think of pulling the navel away from the floor as well. How's that breath going? One more time.
It's like you're trying to become longer through the crown of the head.
Yeah, great cue. Just do one more of those. Excellent. And just relax. Okay, come up. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. These are tough little exercises. So just listen to your body. This is what Pilates is about. If you don't listen to your body, then you'll probably feel pain now and then. So elbows underneath and lift yourself away. That's it. Gorgeous. All right, now, see how I'm really arched in my back there? It's quite a lot of compression. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis under and just lift my hips off the floor and just hold here. So guys at home, keep your eyes on the mat. Do not look. Not yet. Not yet. Alrighty. Everybody under control here?
Yep.
You may not have seen this because you were probably looking down at the floor, but I just caught Elise not quite contracting that buttock, but that's all right. We're under control now. Okay. Take a deep breath in, guys, and now just relax. Just come on down and just chill out. Good. All right, so where do you feel that, Elise?
Down here through
Yes.
my abs, also in my shoulders.
Yes.
To stabilise there is quite tough for me.
Okay, so let's do it again. And guys at home, just have a look. Here, this muscle here is where I want you to contract and slightly to contract here, but without rounding. So if you get stress in the neck, you've rounded too much. So think of pulling the chest open. Let's go again. So elbows underneath, good, and up we lift. Good, beautiful. Alrighty, that's nice. Now, if you're too dipped, you'll start to feel pain here. If you've just started Pilates, you've probably started to feel your muscles just fade out now. So that's okay. You can have a rest. It really tells us that your muscles are just in the stage of getting used to these exercises. So the more that you do them, the better. But remember to never struggle through them. These guys are pretty good because they're not struggling at all. True professionals. Good. Nice job. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, relent. Well done. Can you feel that?
Oh, yeah.
It should feel like an instant corset, which is excellent because you can take that feeling and when you're walking and running or doing your exercise, you can remember that sensation. Okay, come back, have a little stretch. Hands in front and stretch all the way back. Dropping back, sit your heels back. And now's a perfect opportunity to think about breathing into the rib cage. So as I breathe in, I can actually feel the air come into my rib cage here in the back. One more time. And then release. Okay, let's sit ourselves onto our bottoms and then come on down. Good. Roll, roll, roll all the way. Now, on our back, it's often quite easy to find the neutral when we're standing. So as we're rocking through our planes here, you're finding the position where you're sort of at your most efficient. If I over-compress, I contract too much of the front muscles. If I arch, I contract too much of my back muscles. So you want something in the middle so that you're quite balanced and that the muscles inside are also being stimulated. Okay, we ready, guys? Open the chest. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, contract just in this area here and think of softening all your other muscles. Take a breath in again, and as you breathe out, without moving anything here, float one leg up to tabletop. So you do have to concentrate. Take a breath in again. Think about the muscles you're using to control, and now, if you need to drop that pelvis slightly, do so. so that you're not arching the back. Next exhale, float the other leg up to tabletop. Good. So let's stay here now in this modified 100 position. What you're going to find is that you're really working to relax everything here. Relax shoulders, lengthen in the head, relax in the neck, but here you're contracting. So if you start to fatigue, you'll either arch or you'll compress. So you're best to have a little rest. It was almost like a poem, that was. Beautiful. All right, hold it there. Everybody okay?
Yep.
Excellent. So let's stay here for another 5 hours. And unfortunately, we don't have 5 hours. So breath in. As you breathe out, float one leg down. Stay connected. I thought you were going to relax then. Breath in and then relax the other leg. Only now do you chill out. Can you feel that? It's that contraction and then releasing. That is great. All good?
All good.
All right, here we go. Now, a lot of instability occurs in the hips when you do walking or running. So this is a great little exercise to see how wobbly you are. All right, do this, guys. Thumbs on the hips. You might have to dig your thumbs in, as long as you get an idea of where they are, and the little fingers on the floor. Okay, we got that? Fantastic. Now, so you should be still in neutral. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, float one leg up. Now, your challenge is to not feel a shift from side to side when you do this circle from the hip. Breath in, as you breathe out, the knee goes out, and then come back in. All right, this is one of those exercises that you could really feel like you're doing absolutely nothing. So let me give you a goal of what you need to achieve here. Here in the middle, to stop yourself from just letting that leg go out. If I don't contract, I go back to what my posture sort of naturally wants me to do. So I need to think of subtly pulling those muscles in, but also I've got to work here in this opposite leg. Ooh, Elise, is that a challenge?
Yes.
Yes, let's go the other way. Good. So you can start to make that circle a little bit bigger, but what you'll find is that you need to use a little bit more of your muscles to do that. Okay. Some of you may really start to feel that in the front of the leg. Think about relaxing this muscle. That's the big muscle. I want to contract here. Good. Last time. Hold it. And now lower that leg down. Oh, breath in. Breathing out. Up you go. Good. Find that little spot. Breath in. And now round you go.
It's very subtle, isn't it?
Yeah. Really, really subtle. So particularly, I know that there's some adrenaline junkies out there, and you're probably wondering, where is the adrenaline in this exercise? Let me tell you that if you are able to do this exercise effectively, then you can transfer it to your adrenaline exercises, yeah? Because it gives you the control, and then if you can sort of stimulate those muscles and teach them how to work here, then when you're doing your big stuff, they already know how to switch on. Isn't that clever? Sort of like programming. Okay, go the other way. It's like programming your computer to work a particular way. Think of your muscles being exactly the same.
And it does take a while to get the feeling of the exercise.
Yes.
To understand what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's so right. So particularly if you've joined us for the first time and you're thinking, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling. What is this? The more you connect, the more you understand your body, the better it'll be. Okay, hold that leg up there. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lower that leg down. Okay, we're going to stay here for one more exercise. This is a roll, but we're also going to use our bottom. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop that pelvis. So feel your lower back connect with the floor. Lift the bottom off the floor slowly. Roll the spine up and contract your bottom muscles. So just check. Are you contracting? Think of a credit card in between your buttock cheeks. Hold it there. Don't let it drop, otherwise you'll spend all your money. Okay, hold it here now. Take a breath in. Just lift one heel off the floor. Keep the hips stable. Lower it down. Contract here. Other leg. Lift. Contract the bottom. Lower down. Inhale. And now roll the spine sequentially down. I want you to think of your spine like a bike chain. So you know how a bike chain's got the individual links? Think of it this time as you roll. Breath in. As you breathe out, each individual link goes up in its own identity or its own way. Contract the bottom, hold it up there at the top. Breath in, heel lifts off the floor. Good, keep everything level. lower down. So contract here, contract. Breath in, and now roll that spine down. Can you guys feel your bottom?
Oh, yes.
Did that credit card cue work for you guys at home? Oh, I hope so, because we've got one more. Breath in. Up we go. Squeeze, roll. Good. Slowly up. Keep those knees. Oh, guys, that's excellent positioning. Good. Breath in at the top. Now contract and hold everything still. Good. And other leg. Good. And then lower down. Okay, lower it all down. Beautiful. And bring your knees into your chest. Good. All right. Sit yourself up now. All the way. How's that feel? Sort of a little bit more control, a little bit more focus and being able to isolate areas. Have a little go. Go for a walk. Maybe not now, but soon. And practice those principles. We'll be back. I want to know how it went. Chris, what's your point for today?
Point today, it is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end, from Ursula Guy.
You know, I think that's important because we're always very results driven, but you know what? Enjoy the journey and take your time to learn about your body and see how you feel doing this exercise. We'll see you again, guys. Thanks for joining us. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's Kylie with Fast and Fabulous.
Well, my radio, it's the last thing I need. Now I can go for a run. One accessory that you can't tie on your feet or clip on your belt is actually carbohydrates. As a runner, they're one of your best accessories. It's a bit of a battle between wanting to stay light on your feet and wanting to have lots of energy. So you really need to time when you eat carbohydrates. 5 or 6 o'clock the night before a big run or a big run on the field or a big swim is the best time to do carbohydrate loading. Try this experiment. If you are a runner, try going for a 6-kilometre run. Just on an average day, what you eat on a 6-kilometre run. Then try a day where you don't eat carbohydrates at all and go for a 6-kilometre run. And then a day where you make sure you eat lots of carbs. And what you're trying to compare is over that 6 kilometres, how high was your heart rate? How long did it take you? And how did you feel when you were running that 6Ks? And I can tell you from experience that the days that you eat carbohydrate the night before, you'll always run better. Oh, that's a noisy Sarah making up some pesto. So, Sarah, you've been preparing pesto for one of my favourite meals, which is a pasta pesto mix. Awesome for carb loading the night before a big run. So, you've actually made your own pesto. Impressive stuff.
It is so easy, Kylie. You're going to make the salad and
I'll do this.
Tell everybody what we do. You just get a bunch of basil, wash it nicely, dry it a bit, pop it into your Magimix and just add some parmesan, about half a cup of parmesan, half a cup of toasted sesame seeds and about half to 3/4 of a cup of olive oil and just blend it together.
Easy.
And that'll keep in the fridge for 3 to 4 weeks. Just pop a little bit of olive oil over the top of it to stop it going brown.
Awesome. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken that, and it's about half a cup of pesto with about 2 cups of cooked pasta. So it's cooked and it's sort of gone room temperature, and I've just folded it through. Then I'm going to throw in some peas, about half a cup of fresh peas. And then just scoop it out onto a plate. How easy is that? Add some toasted pine nuts. And shaved parmesan, and you're done.